For 20 years, our house has experienced a lot.
He's back! Are you kidding me?
Triumph, defeat, heartbreak, euphoria. It's been home to legends, and legends in the making. We've watched homegrown kids grow up here and welcome friends who became family.
The ballpark is in a frenzy!
Like our fans, this place has developed a reputation. And that's just the way we like it. In a city bursting at the seams with history, our house has had its fair share.
Howling drive, way out of here!
Grand Slam, Victorino! Philadelphia Phillies are going to the World Series!
But it's not time to harp on history.
It's time to make more history.
He's gonna just watch it go!
Our team story is not done. It's barely been written.
Something's brewing with this team, John.
We're here for the long haul and the long ball.
That one is gonna be long gone!
It's been a fun 2 decades,
Son of a gun, I love this place.
but this is the only looking back we're doing
With a rainmaker!
because we're tired of knocking on the door. It's time to kick it down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sorry in Advance. I am your host, Sean, as usual, joined by Scott.
Can you
Hi.
hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, so we're actually not late, but we were just having. I couldn't hear Scott for a hot second in the beginning.
Oh man.
Typical episode. Anyway, so and my child is crying. So anyway, we're gonna hop right into this and go. What is this? Live comments from viewers will appear on screen during your stream. Keep the so apparently there's an update in StreamYard where there's like stuff that'll just show up from comments, which is pretty cool.
Oh nice. Maybe that's why we were having difficulties.
Probably because there was an update.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's hop right into all the good news that is surrounding the Phillies right now, and we'll start with this. I had to go with the we've all heard the Ozempic commercial probably, so I had to go with Alvarado.
No.
I mean, really, dude.
It's crazy because like I woke up Sunday morning and I wasn't on like Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, all night Saturday. And I woke up and the first thing I saw was hearing reports that he's getting suspended. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
And when you sent me the picture, I was just like, who the hell is that saying?
Yeah. And then I searched it and I was like, oh shit, he might actually get suspended.
Yeah. I was just seeing it everywhere, but it was all people saying, oh, heard from this. I'm like,
It was no like media.
Right.
It was no media people, so I was a little confused as to what was going on. I mean, it sucks. It really sucks because he can't pitch in October if they make it.
He's out until August.
He's done. Yeah, no, well, he can't. He's not eligible to pitch in October.
Right, but I'm saying he'll come back in the regular season.
That's great. That's awesome.
That's why. Well, so I was talking about it with like other people. And
How does that even make sense?
I completely forgot that you're not allowed to pitch in the postseason no matter what. I completely forgot that.
I didn't even think about that.
My friend Drew was just like, yeah, like it sucks. He's gone. He'll come back, and then he can't. And I'm like, why can't he pitch in the postseason? I'm like, what are you talking about? Completely just blew, like, went over my head. I completely forgot that he can't pitch. I'm like, well, that's great.
I just think like they're not going to get rid of him.
I don't think you can.
No, because he's suspended. But I mean, they could throw him on waiver wire in August when he comes back.
True, but then he still couldn't pitch in October. Hey, Donna, good evening.
But here's my thing though: like, if he can't pitch in October, then why pitch him in August? At that point,
So I'm curious how. I feel like you're allowed to pitch in the minors to that like he's allowed to pitch in the minors again, like warming up to when he's allowed to come back. if I remember correctly.
All right, well that doesn't really help us. And if
Well,
they don't
no,
make a if they don't make a move by July, and we're still talking about this, then
Yeah.
the Phillies failed miserably.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's you didn't just lose, your best reliever. You lost
Well,
one of baseball's best relievers. Over something that is incredibly stupid nowadays. If you test positive for something, there is no working around it. You're an idiot.
yeah, and like I was talking to my dad and everyone about it, and I was just like you got to know what you're taking by now.
I think that's what's more infuriating is they're saying this goes back to spring training.
But here's the thing, though: why did it come out now?
I don't. First
Because
of all, how long did it take to get a drug test back?
Well, they said that he failed in spring training, but then he had 2 negative tests. So then why didn't he just appeal it?
So I was talking to somebody about this who was commenting on like when I posted about it on Facebook, and it was just like they were asking like, oh, if it's something prescribed, I'm like, I don't think it matters. There's how many variations of drugs out there that you can take that'll still do it, but you have to find the right variation. There's 3,000 different versions of Tylenol and ibuprofen and Advil and all that stuff. If he's always had a problem or been self-conscious about his weight, you are an athlete. They hire the best
trainers,
nutritionists, trainers, everything. What the hell did you need this for? You had to have it.
The problem is, like we talked about last episode, a lot of these guys don't go through the team anymore. They go through their own personal guys.
Right. So
that's
if
the
that's
problem.
The case, well, good. Your own personal guy just got you suspended, and a whole entire city, probably team, especially with the way he handled it. If it's really true that
he just bounced.
Anybody that he didn't tell anybody, he just cleared out his locker and left. I'm like, if that's the case, then you're probably going to be gone.
Which sucks.
I don't want him to be gone.
You just need a. I mean, you need a top of the line reliever.
Well, here's the good thing is that Jordan Romano is starting to look pretty good.
Yeah, but the thing is though, you just lost your best bullpen piece.
I agree. Good evening,
So you're gonna need to go do something.
So I agree. But I mean, here's the thing is, Romano is starting to get back to where what you signed him for as. I mean, now take this with a grain of salt, and I know people aren't going to like it. Judging by your mom's now comment, she's not going to like it either. I'm simply saying, if Romano can keep pitching the way he is, then he is comparable to Alvarado in a reliability role. And I know, here's my thing. If you forget the first month of the season and the nightmare that he was coming back from injury, look at his statistics in the past years of how he's always been.
I get it.
He is one of the top relievers, closers.
But
the other issue is they don't use closers on this friggin' team.
No, but you also just lost your hardest thrower.
Mm-hmm. So
this is why I said.
Is your mom calling me crazy? Or is Romano crazy? Possibly both. I would understand both if she's calling me crazy too. How can I forget that? I have to because this is now worse.
I mean, this is why they should have went out and signed Chapman.
Oh, yeah, that's looking he's still reaching 105 somehow.
Yeah, how's he not tested positive?
They're letting him go. They're just letting him go because it's the Red Sox. That's why.
Yeah, no, I just think you have a big. You're going to have to make a move.
I agree. You have a giant hole to fill.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be easy to replace something like that. But again, this team has never used relievers the way they should be used. So if you can find someone comparable, and I have a list.
So do I. There's one guy.
Who's your guy?
Mason Miller.
Okay. All right.
That's it. I mean.
Okay. We'll start with the realistic ones.
And they're all on shitty teams.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know why? You know why their ERA and stuff is like this? Because they're on bad teams.
That means they're facing good teams still. They all play the same teams as we do.
Dude, I don't want anybody from Miami.
So here's okay. This is not my list. This is the list that MLB and Fox Sports was coming out with. So, would you believe that David Bednar is on the list?
No, I actually
That
can't
they
believe
say that they're saying is a realistic option for the Phillies. I'm going to get rid of this real quick. A realistic option for the Phillies to go after because the state of where Pittsburgh's at, and he has really come back to form over the last, I think, 12 appearances, 11 and 2/3 innings. But they have Anthony Bender, who's sub ERA in 19 games, and I put the contracts on there because you know that's going to come into effect because of where this team is at contract wise. They're going to have to keep an eye on their money. Even though the whole stupid money thing and the luxury tax and the level and all that shit. You have Dennis Santana on the Pirates. And then you have Bednar, who it's funny that Bednar was not doing good in the beginning of the year. He was on Romano. They sent him down.
Yeah.
The Pirates actually did what the Phillies wouldn't do, and they sent Bednar down.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But ever since he's come back up, he's been doing really well. He's got 18 strikeouts and 1 walk in the past 11 and 2/3 innings. And you have 1 year of arbitration left. So next year, if he continues this way, he'll probably make upwards of 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Alvarado territory, if you can get somebody like that.
I just think, what's the possibility of getting 2 relievers to fill that hole?
I agree. It's just a giant problem now that that weighs so much on the bullpen. It's not like you just lost a player and whatever you can, position player or something like that. You have a bench piece. Like, no, you lost one of your top reliever.
Yeah.
On a bullpen that was already struggling.
Yeah, I know. And then I looked at they reached out to David Robertson, and I do not want him.
Yeah.
Every time he comes here, he sucks.
He didn't suck the second time. He had a sub 3 ERA.
Yeah.
I
like hitting against him.
I don't want a 40-year-old reliever who has not pitched
in months.
I don't want that. Like, I just because it's going to take him a bunch of games to get ready.
Yeah, so you're essentially going to be without him until, let's just say they signed him today. You're not seeing him until probably July.
Probably, yeah. I just and I've seen obviously Chapman was on the list, but why would the Red Sox trade Chapman? The Red Sox are still in a good spot right now.
Well, who knows? Let's see what happens come July.
Well, I
don't know if you can wait.
You're right. You can't wait. You're gonna have to fill this now.
Yeah. Because
you already brought up that Robert kid who got sent down, who he struggled. You don't have anybody in. That's why this all ties into Mick Abel as well, who we'll get to a little bit on his start, but more of the fact that you brought him up saying it was going to be for 1 start, which made no sense to me. Why are you going to pitch Walker tomorrow if you could have pitched it's somebody else? You could have left Walker in the bullpen. And then you're not now because now you're going to have to make an adjustment with the bullpen because Walker's not going to be able to pitch for 5 days, 4 days, maybe at the earliest because he just went through a start. And if he goes 5 or 6 innings, he's not going to pitch again. So now you're going to have to make up for that position or that roster spot again. Or you could have just left Walker or Abel up,
which they should have,
make another start and then send him down. And then you don't lose another bullpen piece because this is now affecting that you're losing an additional bullpen piece for a few games.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they won't need the bullpen for a few games.
Well, Walker's pitching. What the hell? Today's Tuesday, right?
Lazardo's pitching tonight.
Lazardo's pitching tomorrow, and Walker's pitching tomorrow, they said.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow's game at 3:00.
I don't even know. I really haven't even
Is this a 4-game series?
It is. So let's see. Tomorrow is an 8:40 game. Thursday is a 3:10 game.
And then they play Friday. Oh my God!
Friday at 10, Saturday at 10, and then Sunday at 4. So there's 2 games of the A's that I'll get to see.
Yeah, I'll actually be able to watch both of them because it's at 10:00. Well, I'll actually be able to watch all 3, but it's very rare that I'm up at 10:00 to watch a baseball game.
Well, I'm exhausted by like 7 now. So, but here's one name that here, let me put the comments back up. So, because your mom said ew again, and I don't know why. I feel like every time I say something, your mom's saying ew. It's got to be personal. So here's one underrated name that I guarantee you've never heard of.
Ronnie Henriquez.
Yes. So here's the funny thing.
The Twins ain't giving up.
He's not on the
say.
Twins. I can't find a picture of him in a Marlins uniform, but he's on the Marlins.
It looks like a starter.
So he is a starter, but the Twins and Marlins have both been using him as a reliever because he was struggling as a starter. How many times have you heard that in baseball? 1,000.
Yeah, a lot.
But I mean, dude, 22 years old. In 20 games, he's got a 1.99 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 13 walks, and only 5 earned runs. His slider, I mean, that's why I put everything on there. His four-seam fastball can get up to 96, 97.
He looks. The stats speak for itself. I've never seen him pitch.
Me neither. And here's the thing: he was the Twins, I think, 8th ranked prospect, top 8. Like he was their 8th ranked.
The thing is though, like for guys like this, like for some reason the trade price is like astronomical now. All of a sudden, with like
here's
these
what's
guys.
funny is
like if you're gonna go out and get if you have to go out and get a bullpen piece, you might as well go get the top of the line guy and just instead of getting somebody that's mid-level and then you're still trading a top prospect.
Well, you already fleeced the Marlins for Luzardo.
That's true.
I mean, here's the thing that like people kind of acknowledge but don't acknowledge completely because it ties into the Ranger Suarez situation because I know they keep saying move Ranger to the bullpen. I don't believe Ranger will be here next year.
I don't think he will be here either.
So
and I think
if
they
that's
move
the
him
case,
to the bullpen, though, he could be like, I don't want to be here then.
Fine. Because then what are you doing with Abel? What are you doing with Painter? Who's going? Who's leaving? You have 3 pitching prospects that you need to bring up at some point. And I know I don't think it was you. It was somebody else. It might have been you. I don't know. But it's just like you're talking about all this stuff about, oh, we have pitchers in there. Wait, who's coming up next year and who's leaving? Because one has to coincide with the other.
Well, Painter's coming up this year, like in the next month.
Right. And they're going to go to a 6-man. Now this might change that, and you put Suarez because you don't need 5 starters in the playoffs. Now, granted, we have to get to that situation, but I'm just simply saying is you need to look at the future, and you know who Rangers' agent is. He's going to want to get paid.
Exactly.
And he's injured all the time now, but he's still pitching good, but you already signed Sanchez, so you know he's staying. I'm signing Luzardo.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
So, Walker's probably going to stay in the bullpen.
Which he's fine with, and I'm fine with.
Right. So, all right, you have Wheeler for the next 2 years, Nola for the next $9 million. You have Luzardo, you have Suarez, and you have Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
Even before I said Painter, you're at 5 starters.
Somebody's got to go.
Exactly. So if you are banking on Andrew Painter,
and they just re-signed Sanchez. They signed him to an extension.
Right. So, and I think you have Luzardo for another
2
years under arbitration, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, so you don't have to pay him yet, but I mean, he's making. Let me see. He's making a little bit over $6 million this year. And that's they avoided arbitration. So next year is his last arbitration year, and he's a free agent in 27. So he'll probably, especially after this year, he'll probably make 10 or 12 next year. So then at 29, he's a free agent. He's going to get a 6, 7, 8 year deal.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, I don't know. It's an issue. Alvarado, stop sticking needles in your backside. I don't know, man. Mets fans might be asking Soto to start taking steroids with everything.
With the way he's playing.
Jesus.
Speaking of that, did you see that Pete Alonso throw? That flip to first, over through first base?
Yes, I saw this. My 4-year-old do the same exact thing today. It was interesting. And people want him to replace Harper at first. Sure. I mean, granted, I'll take Alonso if he's a DH.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna need one because I don't think they're re-signing Schwarber. Schwarber's gonna hit 60 home runs, and we're just not re-signing him.
We'll save that for later in the year.
Yeah.
When he's at 30 home runs through June because he hit 25 in June.
You're right.
Ridiculous. Anyway, so I mean, we got swept dog walked by the Mets. We always do. This is
nothing new.
Every
Nothing
single
new.
one of us, if you've ever watched our episodes, we all just expect to lose to the Mets.
Yeah.
Did you see? I don't know what the score is, so I'll be honest. I didn't even look. Did you see? What's his name? Strider gave up 3 runs in the first inning to the Nationals.
Yeah, it's first start back, isn't it?
Yeah, today.
Yeah. The Braves must be real encouraged.
Well, they pulled him after 4 1/3. So 4 runs, 3 strikeouts. Anyway, so the issue with this team is obviously the bullpen, but there's obviously bigger issues with the contract situation coming with Schwarber and Suarez and who you want to pay.
You're Schwarber.
I think I would re-sign Schwarber because he can stay healthy longer because obviously he's a DH. But if that's the case, then no more. I will put him in left field for 5 or 10 games. No, don't.
No. He's DHing.
He's DH. That's it. Let it die. Let the outfield die. So anyway. Oh yeah. Sorry. So I tried to make this and it didn't work. Anyway, wanted to say congrats to Kyle Schwarber for hitting his 300th home run.
Yes.
And
that was an absolute nuke,
dude.
It went off the facing of the third deck.
Yeah. Here, I got it right here. Like, good Lord. It's in Colorado. I'm not taking it away from that.
But still.
But, I mean, that thing was still crushed. He hit it probably farther than that in San Diego.
Yeah, he did.
So watch
or Atlanta.
Yeah. I love this angle coming up.
Is this the one in the side view or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Just an unreal.
I thought this view was great. Yeah, that thing was absolutely demolished. Shut up, Ben. So anyway, that was wrong one. Remove. Add. There we go. So anyway, 300 home runs. It was so funny too, looking up like something like this. When I look at him with the Cubs, I'm like, dude, he was so much larger then.
Well,
he was a catcher too.
Well, the other thing is too, he tore his ACL, so he probably wanted to lose some weight, so he didn't have knee problems.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like when he first came up and all that, but then you can see, like right in that 100 home run thing with the Cubs, like you could tell that's when he started slimming down.
Oh yeah, I mean, last year you really noticed that he started slimming down.
Yeah, big time. I mean, he's always taking care of himself. It seems
whatever he was taking, Alvarado should have been taken.
Like,
I
feel like was Alvarado just taking Ozempic or whatever he was taking just so he could eat whatever he wanted? God Almighty. It really is. I hate to keep going back to it, but it's infuriating.
The thing that infuriates me about the whole situation is I keep going back to it happened in spring training, and they had that kid. They invited that kid to the ballpark. You know the kid that was imitating.
Oh yeah, in the stands.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Like, are you kidding me?
They were like, "Oh, how's that kid feel now?"
Yeah. I don't know. Just made me mad.
So it's pretty cool that he hit 300 here. Well, he hit 200 and 300 here. So, yeah. But I mean, he hasn't slowed down since being moved out of the leadoff spot. Whether he's hitting 4th, 5th, 3rd, he's not slowing down at all. His average is up, obviously, from where it was, when the first or second year he was here, from floating around 150, 180.
Hitting 308 against lefties.
Right, and I feel like he needs to start giving tips to, Harper right now, to be honest, because Harper just...
Or JT, and he's a righty.
I just it's so aggravating sometimes with Harper because Harper just it looks like you could throw any breaking ball to him as a first pitch and it don't even throw him a strike and he's going to swing and I'm like it's so unlike him.
He's starting to hit though.
He is. He's starting to. I mean, yesterday when he hit his first at bat when he hit a single, it was the same thing I just said. He swung at a really bad pitch that was not even close to the strike zone. Second pitch was a strike on a breaking ball that was in the zone, and then he kind of blooped one in center. Which is fine. I'll take that because that little bloop hit is what can get you going. But I feel like it's just something's off, and I don't want to hear the whole thing. Same thing with Nola is like he's been fighting something. Then go on the IL. Like do it now.
I agree. Get it taken care of.
You had JT go get surgery last year.
And then he came back.
And then he came. That's what I'm saying. Like, go on the IL for 7 days. Go rest, whatever.
I agree.
Oh, anyway. So, stop that one. Next, we had Mick Abel's first start, which I put he outdueled Skeens, even though Skeens went 8 innings. Technically a complete game. Because,
technically a complete game, but because
technically. But I mean, he did. He didn't give up any earned runs and didn't walk anybody. And Skeen walked one person and gave up a walk.
And fastball was real good.
Oh my God, it was insane. No. His fastball was 98, 99 in that first inning. I know that's all adrenaline, but I mean, as he was going, he still was getting it up there.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I saw like the third inning they were warming up Jordan Romano, and I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah, no, that I was just like, I don't know if he just started running into trouble, and I'm like, let the kid get out of it. My God, this is what you have. These. I was like,
so they're gonna bring this top prospect up, and then he's only gonna throw 3 innings. This is such a typical Phillies move.
I swear to God, same thing. I'm just like, this is what this team does. It's, we'll leave Nola out there for 6 innings, give up 9 runs.
Yeah,
Abel comes up who's been killing it in the minors, and you're facing, which everybody is not forgetting to say, oh well, Abel only pitched pretty much against a AAA team. Well, whoopty shit. He still looked really good. I don't care. This is what you brought him up for to make a spot start. Go out and take advantage of it.
Exactly.
He threw 84 pitches in 6 innings. 16 of the 22 batters he faced were first pitch strikes. His 4-seam was upwards of 97, or his average was around 97. 5 hits, 9 strikeouts. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
No.
And you were about to pull him after the third. No walks. And you were about to pull him after 3 innings.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh my God, it's aggravating. But I mean, it gives you hope because he, I think a lot of people were worried about him.
Because he was struggling for a couple years.
Yeah, and he was, they were talking about leaving him in the bullpen. And it really was just, you thought it was going to be just like, great, here we go again. Another prospect who's a bust. And granted, baseball is an incredibly hard sport, but his ERA, even in the minors, in AAA, his first year in 2023 was 3.86. His ERA, but that year in AA was 4.14, and then he got brought up to AAA last year. It was 6.46 ERA. He was 3-12.
Yeah,
24 games started, and then this year he throws 8 games, 2.53 ERA, 51 strikeouts in 46 innings. Like that's very much getting back to form. And now he's got a 0 ERA and a 1,000 win percentage.
Yeah, like I said, it's a shame he's not going to be up here pitching it for another start. But he definitely it was enjoyable to watch him pitch.
Yeah, big time. And did you have any other Philly stuff you wanted to talk about? I feel like we really just. I know. All right, here I do. I just remembered it because I was complaining last night on how it was the 5th inning. The Phillies had 1 run in Colorado with a bunch of home run hitters.
Yeah, and then I go to sleep in the 8th inning.
Yeah,
and everything happens.
Yeah. Well, of course, I made a random bet on DraftKings for $5 for their home run boost thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, whatever. I'll take Bohm and Schwarber. And I wake up and I look, I'm like, all right, cool, Phillies won. And I see, oh, Schwarber hit a home run. And I'm like, interesting. And I went scrolled. I was like, no way that Bohm hit a home run. Just got out too in center field.
Yeah, I know. I thought the guy was going to rob it.
So that was a nice $112 I woke up to.
It's nice.
And
That
then
was nice.
I'm glad I did that because I only had like 50 cents left. I don't know why I just didn't bet the 550 on it. I bet 25 cents each on a single one for them even to hit one. So I won like $1 something extra. So that was pretty cool. But again, it's like, you know, they're facing Kyle Freeland, who has an over 6 ERA, having an awful year, and you don't.
It's
you
typical
barely
Phillies. It's typical Phillies.
Yeah, and so now the Phillies tonight are facing I forget the guy's name.
I forget too.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Probable pitchers, because I know you said Lazardo's pitcher. Antonio Senzatella, 1-7 with a 6.39 ERA and 22 strikeouts.
He'll give up.
He'll have 32 strikeouts by the end of the night. His ERA will be down to 5, but the Phillies will win 11-0.
Yeah, but they're not going to hit him.
No, they'll hit the bullpen.
Yeah.
It is such a Philly thing that is exactly what's going to happen. Now,
I know.
But again, now that I've complained about it, because I complained about it.
Now watch, they'll go on a tear.
7 runs in the first inning. Harper's going to have 2 home runs in the first inning.
Maybe it'll probably be one of them Coors game where it's like 17-14.
Yes. And the Phillies lose.
Yeah.
So the other thing was, I noticed. It was actually funny because I saw this because it was just like the Dodgers have been on a 4-game losing streak. They got swept by the Angels.
Yeah, they did.
And then they lost last night to the Diamondbacks. But it's literally like, if this was us, we would be absolutely losing our minds because we don't really lose like this. But when you look at the way they're losing, like 3 home runs last night, a home run the night before, 2 home runs the night before, 1 home run. They scored themselves 5 runs, 4 runs, 9 runs, 2 runs, and it's like, it just made me laugh because I'm like, you think the Dodgers fans are freaking out like we were this whole last 3 weeks?
I would if I were them because half of their rotation's out.
It's actually like whack-a-mole with trying to find a pitcher for the Dodgers right now.
It really is. I mean, you got Glasnow that's out. They got what, 4 pitchers out? Starters?
Yeah. And Kershaw just came back and did not do good.
No. And are you shocked? He's just on the team at this point because he's Kershaw.
I was just going to say it's exactly what it is. I was really surprised that today that when they brought back Teoscar Hernandez, that they sent down oh my God, I forget the kid. It doesn't matter. But it's who the hell did they get rid of? Oh, Chris Taylor.
Oh, really?
I mean, he hasn't been doing good at all, don't get me wrong, but it was just like, I thought he was getting on like Kershaw status where it was just like, oh, we're just going to keep signing you because.
Didn't he win a World Series MVP?
Did he?
I thought he did, or he had an NLCS MVP.
He was the co-NL Championship Series in 2017.
Oh, wow. That's a while ago.
With Austin Barnes.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah. NLCS MVP, 2-time World Series. I mean, he's been with the Dodgers since 2016. He got traded there. And, I mean, he's never been, like, an amazing hitter. Like, the highest he's ever batted is 288.
Yeah.
So that one was just surprising because, like I said, I thought that they would be keeping him. But anyway, the whole thing was, it just made me laugh because I'm looking and I'm like, it's nice to see the Dodgers, who people thought might not ever lose a game, like just lose and go get swept by the Angels, who are not good.
No.
And just, I mean, they got hit around, in all these games.
Oh yeah.
So, and the next one, speaking of Metropoli Jonathan, is this was funny to see because I don't know if you saw this. Now, granted, he's the Yankees announcer. He's obviously going to stick up for his team.
That's what I was just about to say.
But Michael K coming out, which I feel like, dude, you shouldn't be talking about this stuff. But him coming out saying people in the know say that Juan Soto wanted to be a Yankee. He chose the Yankees, but his family wanted it to be a Met, so he chose the Mets. And I'm like, if your family gives a shit about you, it's
They
up
would
to
want you
you.
to be happy.
But from everything that you read and everything, it's just. But here's the funny thing is also. By the way, did you notice who's on the scoreboard in Citi Field?
Yeah, Chase Utley.
As soon as I saw that picture, I'm like, oh, absolutely. By the way, really full crowd during this game.
Yeah,
When
it must have been in 2012.
I wish I could actually see the lineup somewhere. I would love to know what game this was.
I know.
But it just Michael K saying this, it was kind of just like, dude, I think you need to keep your mouth shut. He's obviously struggling. He's better than he has been performing.
But it's the same thing. He did this when he was at San Diego.
Right, yeah. And then
and guess what happened? Yeah, but then guess what happened? He left.
Well, he can't opt out for another few years, so
no. But he's still young enough where when he does,
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like they can void the opt out. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, and that could get messy.
Well, I mean, yeah, because then he could refuse to play and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: is all I heard about when they signed was how the Yankees were willing to pay the money, but the one thing they didn't do was include the stuff for the family.
Yeah, and that's
the Mets brought that out. Well, now it's like, well, that's I'm being told is the reason why he signed there was for his family stuff, and now he wanted to be a Yankee. So what's he blaming his family?
I don't know. It's a whole messy situation.
Yeah. I mean, through first 47 games, he's hitting 246, 8 home runs, 20 RBI, 33 strikeouts, 37 walks, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
But his 376 on base percentage and 439 slugging is like 200 to 300 points for each of them. Or for slugging is like 200 to 300 points lower than norm.
Yeah.
So that's where it's just like, and it's just the things you're hearing are like he's just miserable in the dugout.
I just don't think it's going to go well.
No, I think it all kind of showed this weekend against the Yankees when like he said he was going to be mic'd up and then he changed his mind right before the game. He basically shunned all these reporters after
he left.
He left. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he told these people, I'll be right back, and never came back. I'm like, dude, that's even just. Which, here's my thing. I believe that if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to talk to the media. There's the last thing you want to do if you suck right now or you just got blown out is somebody stick a friggin' microphone in your face.
Especially by the team that you were on last year.
Right. Last thing you want from someone to stick a microphone in your face. Be like, how do you feel? I feel great. I've never had a better day in my life. Thank you. But I mean, like each year, his on base percentage was around 419, 410, 400. Slugging was 569, 535, all that kind of stuff. He's floating around ish where he's normally at. But I mean, you just see everything about him, and it's all coming out now. He's just miserable in the dugout. He's miserable in the locker room and all, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, it just shows like it's a good thing you paid all this money, but if you really didn't want to go there.
I agree.
Let me see when is his opt out?
I thought it was stayed for 2 years.
It's Juan Soto's contract with the New York Mets includes an opt-out clause after the 29 season.
Oh, so he's got a while.
He's got to play here 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got to be there another 4 years after this.
Does he have a no trade clause?
Let me see what we got here. Where is Spotrac? So he is getting paid $61 million a year right now. And the luxury tax is 51. So after he'll have 10 years remaining after 29 and 460 remaining. So he has a player opt out. Team can void the opt out by adding $4 million a year, full no trade clause.
See, why would he agree to that?
I don't know. I mean, because this is the whole reason he wanted to come there, I guess.
I guess.
It's Donna said he's a punk.
Yeah, he is.
But be real and say that you look like a bitch when you act like this. The interesting thing is this, like, he had a $75 million signing bonus, and there's no deferrals. That is all on the book.
Yeah.
So not that Steve Cohen, excuse me,
Gives a shit.
cares about any of that, but I mean,
No.
it is that contract could be a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
An absolute nightmare for the Mets.
Yeah.
Because if you say he agrees to a trade, they are going to have to eat some of that.
More than half.
Because he's going to have to rework the contract because the team is not going to want to pay him or sign him probably for that long, in my opinion. To have him through his age 41.
Yeah, no.
Especially if he's not declining, but having a down year.
Yeah.
Teams are, but like you said, he's only 26 right now, 27 next year. Like, there's so much time to bounce back from it, obviously, but it's more the fact that, like, if he struggles, I mean, no one's going to want to pay that. The Mets are going to have to eat some of it or rework the contract. And what's he going to say? Yeah, I'll take less money?
Yeah, no.
What player does that?
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's that is such an awkward situation that the Mets are possibly going to be in. And it's going to be it could be bad because I mean, you don't know if Alonso's staying.
No.
He could opt out. Oh wait, no, he signed a 1-year deal, didn't he?
Yeah, he signed 1 year. He's a free agent.
I thought he signed 2, but he could opt out, and everyone expects him to opt out. Yeah, 2-year deal. He has a player option for next year.
Okay.
For $24 million. At 31, I could see him opting out.
Okay.
If if he continues on his year, yeah, I could see that. I mean, and they don't have any pitching, stud pitching. Cody Senga's not.
No, I think he's overrated.
So do I, because he's not looking very good. I don't even know how the hell to spell Cody Senga.
Kodissenga.
Oh, Kodai. Excuse me.
Oh.
But they have him signed through this year, a conditional player next year. And he's got it's interesting too, because he's got a full no trade clause this year and then a 10-team no trade list starting next year.
I'm sure the Phillies are on that.
Probably. Whatever. It's fine. So it's he's got a weird one too. 2028 option kicks in if the player has Tommy John surgery. So if he actually gets hurt, he gets an extra year.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
So anyway, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that was pretty much it. Hopefully the Phillies sweep the Rockies. I actually think they're going to sweep the Rockies, and I think they take 2 or 3 from the A's.
I think I'm excited for that A series. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think you're playing the right team facing them going into that series.
Mm-hmm.
Because you get to play the Rockies for 4 games. You have a day game Thursday, and then you have a night game the following day. So you actually you'll get like a more rest.
And there you go. Bryce Harper doubles to left field. Phillies are up 2-0.
There we go. I took Harper for 2 bases. Boom.
There you go.
So anyway, I know they haven't announced the pitchers yet, but I mean, you figure one's going to be Wheeler.
They'd probably go Wheeler.
So Rangers pitching Thursday.
Yeah.
And where is it? And Walker's pitching. So yeah, it'll probably be Wheeler, Sanchez, and I'm assuming Nola's gonna wait. Who's pitching tonight? Luzardo. I'm assuming Nola's gonna be back then.
No, he won't be back.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, Walker could no, Wednesday to Sunday. No, he won't be ready. Whatever. Well, Luzardo, I guess.
Yeah.
Luzardo, because there's no day off. So
yeah.
So I think Phillies sweep the Rockies, and then we I'll say 2 out of 3.
That's what I think. That's exactly what I think.
In a minor league stadium.
Yeah. I don't know. They're 3-0 in a minor league stadium.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Let's make it an even 6-0.
Yeah, but it was a little bit of a struggle.
It was.
It was against Tampa Bay. But Cameron, Donna, Mrs. Pizzo, and Metropoli, Jonathan's, whatever. Enjoy Soto while you have them. But anyway, thank you for hanging out, and we will see you after the Phillies have a nice, let's see, 4-0, and then 2-3, or 2-1, 6-1 road trip in the West Coast.
Yeah, I like it.
By the time we come back,
I like it.
all right. I will talk to you later.
All right, later.
See you.